right, there we go. Hey everyone, Richard Carlton here. Welcome to another great day of FileMaker training at fmtraining.tv. I'm the creator of fmtraining.tv, where you can learn all about the FileMaker platform and learn how to build better FileMaker applications for you, your customers, your organization. This broadcast is completely free to everyone and is being broadcast in high definition to Discord, YouTube, and to Twitch. This broadcast is being recorded, which is really great. Of course, we might clean up the recording a little bit, so if we make a malfunction during the live stream, then of course we reserve the right to clean that up on the recording later on. However, because it's a live broadcast, we encourage you to ask questions. In fact, some people get aggravated when there's this dialogue with you and we ask questions. We want questions. If you have a question, odds are other people have the question too. And so I want to thank everyone for logging in, Ken and TK and Dave One, Dave Learning, Ed, Elzo, Carol, Jake, Mike, all of you, welcome once again to another great broadcast. Now, as a reminder, if you want to check out the upcoming broadcast, go to fmtraining.tv, press the left tab for the live button. You can see the upcoming broadcast schedule. That's pretty awesome. Additionally, if you want to help support this channel, right? We always say this, this broadcast is brought to you by fmtraining.tv, bringing you the greatest and the most entertaining FileMaker training videos available. So the idea is that if you want to help support the channel, make sure you check out our on-demand video bundles. We have videos that cover the latest version of FileMaker. We have videos that cover the deploy course. In fact, we used to sell the courses individually. Anymore, it's just much simpler to sell a complete bundle for a low price. We do this on an annual basis. So if you buy one of the bundles, that really helps support the channel. It ensures that we can keep coming back every day. Welcome everyone to fmtraining.tv. We do awesome FileMaker stuff. We have Nick Hunter here with us today, and Nick is down here. I can double click him, bring him up. Also, we have today, if I want to bring him over here, and I make it wider so you can see him, this is Ryan Correas. This is our licensing specialist here. And so Ryan, you do licensing and you help out the teams and you basically explain it to people.
When in regards to licensing, I do help out RCC with that, but I can also help you out with coaching and development. If you guys are in the beginning stages of that, I can. And
they get a free hour.
Yeah, if you guys, if we get to talking, we can. I can give you guys a free hour of that coaching. So yeah.
Today is day 3 of learning the theme. So it's custom theme, shared style, and you guys are making a theme that matches the Discord theme, right? So yeah, Discord theme, yeah. So once again, I wanted you to introduce, because I'm in Santa Clara, there's other people here. So you got Ryan, the licensing team. We got Jacob and the server team. There's several people in that team. Nick, if you're ready to go full screen for us and continue day 3 of the Discord theme conversation, yes?
Yes. So I'm going to remove this guy here. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Richard, and thank you everybody for tuning in today for that third day of the theme. So yesterday I did some homework and I finished some of those buttons here. So now we have nice buttons. So yeah, definitely FileMaker 19 had a bug which prevents people like you now and me, people wanting to play with style and theme. We cannot work very well because let me repeat the bug. Let's say I have I have 2 objects like this, and so let's say I have 2 objects with different colors, different styles, okay, and like this, and I want to copy with this button here the style, and I want to select those 2 objects and apply the style to 2 objects. I am in 18 here. In 19, if you select 1 object, this button is available. If you select 2, it's no longer available. So that means if you want to apply to 1, 2, 3, 10, 15 objects, you need to do that one by one, which is forget it. Okay, so there's a bug in 19. Okay, so hopefully people at FileMaker is listening to us, and they are now fixing the bug right now. Sorry. So I have built different style of button here. And so now when you create a button, by default, you get this one, okay? But then you can go to the style and you have different style. You have alternate 1, alternate 2, alternate 3, okay? So you have different alternation of the button, okay? And you can do that for many things, right? So let's say I want to continue here right quick, and I want to build a small version of this field. This field is giant. This field is big. Let's say I want a small version of those, okay? So I go there and I duplicate this, okay? And I change the attribute of those things. So I want this to be much less than this. So let's say by default, generally FileMaker puts something like this, which make the fields like this, and then we change so that is a field that is 23/8, which is great. We could add a little bit more here and to have a 25 objects. So see, you play a little bit with the padding here and with the size of the font, and then you can get a predictable minimal 8 of field, which is 25, easy to remember, and you know that all the fields you want. So that's a small version of the same, okay? So that's a small version of this one, right? So of course you don't go there and say save, because otherwise you will replace this style. You say save as new, and you say field alternate 1, okay? So now you have a new one, okay? And you can do the same for our label if you want, but it's okay. Label, we good. So now I have two field style, right? I have this one and the alternate one, or the default, okay? So it's easy now. When you have one, it's easy to duplicate and to change things. Now that what I want to show you is here right quick before we go further is how you can destroy your theme very quickly. Let's say I have this field. It's a default. And I change this. I remove this. I want a border red, right? Let's say I have this field now, okay? And I change the padding to 0, and I make this to here. Let's say I'm doing things like this, okay? And I want to, and it's default, right? And I say, okay, now I want to change my defaults, okay? So, but I don't want to the default to have all those. Let's say I have an object with default here, right? It's default with changes. It's a custom default, let's say. But I don't want to have those kind of change. I want to save half the change here. I don't want to change all of this. What you do, you duplicate this object, right? You revert to change to the default, and then you apply your changes to the default and you change it, right? Otherwise, you change when you do something. What I want to say here, and if you do some drastic change like this, change of size, change of color, and if you do change like this and you say save default, all the default across the solution will be changed as this one. So you need to make sure what you're doing here, okay? Each time you do a change, each time you say save change to current style, make sure you're not doing something that's stupid. Otherwise, you're going to lose the thing. What I suggest to do always when you have a custom theme like this is to keep this file that you're going to get. You keep this file as is, okay, and you export your theme, this theme in your solution, right? and then you do change, because that means you can re-import the theme again and get back the default as it was. Pretty much is like a backup of theme. You know what I mean? Make sure that you don't do something that's stupid. Yeah, Netstop. So that's a good advice, right? No, I mean, look, you know why I'm saying this is because by experience, I did it. I did the stupid thing. You know, I did the thing that I said, oh my gosh, I have 2 days of work to fix the problem. Okay. So that's why I want to prevent that you to have this problem here. So let's continue a little bit our exercise here, and I want to let's make this bigger a little bit, okay? And let's work on containers, for example, because containers they are fields, but they are special fields, right? So here we want the same as those, okay? So we can copy the style from this guy here and paste here, and here, right, you have this now, this container, okay? So far so good, and so I have the good one, but maybe I don't want that to be as big. Here we can have a 12 instead of 15, and we need to make sure that something I forgot to tell you yesterday, on all the text entry fields, that mean all the fields, sorry, all the field type, like date, pop-up, drop-down, and container, you have what we call the placeholder text, okay? So that's the text that will come as a placeholder, okay? So you need to make sure also that this is taken care of, which is okay. I like the way it is, okay? So, but this is here. The placeholder is this. You know, when you have, let's say, here I'm putting placeholder here. Hello, you know, this is a placeholder. I have this as a placeholder, okay? Hello, that's a placeholder. You know, when the field is empty, you have this, okay? Here the problem is, you see the problem here, you cannot distinguish what is typed to what is the placeholder. You know, you can see the difference. So what you do here, you go to the state placeholder, and you change the gray to be a little bit darker, like this one too dark. This one great. So see now, with the placeholder with this guy, he's like this, and then you type. See what I mean? That's a big. You can see it, but it's not like overwhelming, and actually it's not the same color as if something is there. You know what I mean? Okay. So now that I have my placeholder, that is the color I want, I can change the default. Okay. So now I change the default for all the what's the name? All the fields, right? So now this is my new default, right? Default. Okay. That's my new default. You see, placeholder and blah. So that's very nice. So now we need to make sure that for date we have exactly the same too. You know, for the drop-down calendar, okay, because we still have this very light stuff. So we choose this one, and you copy, you save the default, and you do the same for this guy here. You go there, placeholder, you select the color, this one, the one we selected, you save, and then you do the same here. You go to the placeholder text, and you select the color. That's why you need to have, when you start having a rich palettes like this, it's kind of cool because you don't have to slap the color anymore, you know, just using the tool. So now we save this. And we want exactly the same for the placeholder here in the container field. So we have the placeholder, and we want the same color for the placeholder, okay? And actually here we can have the 15. size for the placeholder. So you see, I have 15 placeholder is 15 size. Hold on. Oh, I did that under. Okay, never mind. I did a mistake. I put the placeholder in. What happened here? Okay, yeah. Okay, 15. I save. So I messed up the in focus, so I'm going to fix it. It's okay. Since I have the palette, is easy now to fix the problems. You know, you can select the color. So now I have the in focus, press everything, okay, and I have this as a placeholder, okay. So we have container now done, which is great. We can delete this. So I want to now switch to objects that are more complicated, let's say, more complex. We call it slide control, okay. Slide control, you have three major objects. You have the slide control itself, okay, and as I said many times, like for button bars or for complex object like this, like a slide control button bars, and portals later when we are going to do the portal, you never put a solid color in the object. You never do that. You know, you always let none as the default on the back. Okay, unless extreme necessity, sometimes it's necessary, but here it's not. By default, you don't want that to happen. So no color and no border. Okay, why? Is because you want that to be set up in the panel. Remember, a slide control, it's an object that has panel. So when you select the object here, you can see you have the slide control, and then you have the panels. Okay, so you want to put the color on the panels, not on the slide control itself. Okay, so I want to, for the slide control, I want to use on Discord, I want to use that color. So I have one color here. Hold on. Let me take the slurp color here. I'm slurping the color right quick in my other screen. You don't care about seeing this one, okay? So now I have my color here. So I want that color, okay, to be the background. So I'm going to save that color, okay? So I have a lot of gray and stuff like that. So I'm now pretty much my palette is almost full, okay? But that's okay. I still have one free spot here, okay? That's okay. But this actually, you know, I explained to you yesterday, and I repeat again today, why FileMaker, when you put a color here, it builds free colors, right? You see, and that is because that will help you to have the normal state, the hover, and the focus and the press. You have the free different color in order to get this kind of effects. See, this kind of effect when you hover and when you press. Hover, press, hover, press. You see, change the color. That's it. Okay, that's why it's doing this. So so now I have my background on my panel, which is okay. It's great. Okay, I don't want borders. Okay. And so that is what I want. This is the panel, okay? And I have only one state, which is normal. Now I want to take care of those buttons here, okay? So those buttons here, we have the dots color that we call dots. And you have the active and the inactive, two colors. I want the active to be purple, and the inactive, I want to keep it the way it is, okay? So very simple, and I have the hover states, I have a press and in focus, but we don't care about those here. You don't want to be too complicated here, okay? So now pretty much I have my object done, okay? The white here, this here, it's transparent, by the way. See, it's transparent, and that's what you want to do. That's why I'm saying you never put colors on their back. Otherwise, you get this, and then you don't match the here, if you don't have a background, it will match wherever you are. See, if your background is dark, it's matching, it's floating in the air, it's elegant. Otherwise, here, see, it's still floating in the air. If you put a background on the slide control, it's doing this. So each time you will have to adapt this to be the same color of this one. So you don't want that to happen. That's why I'm saying slide control, no back color, no filling in the background. So here it's not done. We are, in a control here, you have other kind of you have other control here in the slide control. You have, see, you can do something like this. You can have paddings, right? And you can have those as well. See, so you can have a round corner. You can have whatever, you know. So you can do sophisticated objects like this, right? You know what I mean? So you can do things elaborated like this, and you can go to the panel itself, and you can put also, you can put round. See, you can build very advanced what's the name, objects if you want, right? But by default, I suggest you use the what's the name, the most easier and the lighter, the leaner, let's say, object possible. So that's what you get out of the theme. As you build your solution, sometimes you say, hey, you know what? I am building again and again the same object based on the default. I'm applying the same changes always to the same object. Let's save as a new style in this object, because I'm doing, you know what I mean? So when you feel that you are doing something like that, repeating the same change all the time, sometimes maybe you want to change the default itself, or you want to say, okay, no, let me keep the default the way it is, but let me build a new object, right? So this is how theme is working. They keep evolving as you advance things, right? Of course, on the dots, you can also change the size of the dots. I don't remember where it is. Where's the size of the dot? I think it's here. No? I think I don't remember where we changed the size of the dots. I don't remember where it was. I know we can. I don't remember where it is. Anyway, so I don't remember where it is. Oh, here. Sorry. So the color is not. So the dots color and style is here, but the size of the dots, you need to double click here, and you put here bigger dots. Okay. 9 is the default. Okay. So let's save that as default. Okay. This is my default object now. So now I want to show you, so we have the slide. Now let's use a more complex object, which is the tabs. So tabs, I want pretty much to replicate what the button bar is doing. Okay. So I want to show you how we can transfer a style from one object to another one. Okay. So for the button bar, you have the divider segment icon. Here on the tab, you have the tab control, and that's it. And you have active, inactive, hover. Okay. So for the active, for example, it's simple. I want that color. That for the active. No, I want that color. Sorry. Okay. No, I want the same color as the background here. So which color it is? Oh, this one. Okay. So I want this one. Okay. So this. No, this one. This is the color of the back. Okay. For the active. Okay. That for the active. And I don't want border. There's no borders. Okay. Most of the time in this theme, I realize in the, building this theme, there's no borders. Okay. Which is great, because those theme without borders, it's easier to manage. You have border on fields, but you don't have borders here. You don't have border on shapes. You don't have border on bars. You don't have border here. Here you have, because that's the color of the bottom. But Here you don't have, so it's easier not to take care of those things. Less you have to take care of, better is. So I have here I have a tab control here. So I know by, we remember that the font is Helvetica 15, okay, and the color is the same, half black, half, a little bit grayish like this. This is but this is the active. So let's put white because this is the active tab, okay? Active tab. And so I have my active tab here, are pretty much done here. I can use a little bit of padding here and to make that a little bit down. So I have the active done, okay. Yeah, but I need to put that a little bit 2 here and 3 here. Okay. So this is my active. Now I want my inactive state. Now, so inactive state, I want that color. Okay, for inactive. I want the text to be a little bit grayish like this. And now, and I don't want borders, okay? So now how it looks active, see, and inactive. So they feel like they are in the air like this, but let me see how it works. So see here, I need to make a separation here. I need to make a separation because it doesn't look right, okay? So I want the separation here. So that's why the tab control is kind of a very tricky object. In the inactive, I want the separation, and I have only one way to use the separation is to use this as a separation. Okay. So now I have a separation. See? But now see, so now the problem here is because you see that those texts are dancing up and down. It's a cool effect, when you click like this, you have the effect like that, but it's not clean, let's say. So we need to make sure that, because we need to make sure we have the same padding on the active and inactive, and we make sure we have the same font as well on active, inactive. See, so now we still have the dancing. Okay. So why we have the dancing is because here I don't have borders, and here I have borders. So it's dancing with 1 point up and down. So when you don't want a border, but you need a border, you use solid transparent. So FileMaker will say, okay, I have a border. Oh, it's nothing, it's transparent, but I have a border. So now it doesn't dance anymore. So now you understand what happened here sometime in the theme. Yes, you don't want border here, but you have a border on the inactive. So when you switch from active to inactive, FileMaker will say, okay, I have 1 point here, 1 point here, 1 point here, 1 point here as a border. As suddenly, when you click on the active, you don't have this 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point anymore, right? Which is pretty much 2 points up, on the 8, and 2 points on the right, on the 2 points vertical and 2 points, because it's 1 plus 1, right? So in that case, you put a solid 1 transparent, and then now you don't have the dancing. And I have kind of a neat kind of a control now here, okay? So now you can play a little bit to have some cool effects. Like, for example, I want a hover effect. So the hover effect, I want that color. And you remember when I told you yesterday, right? You go here and you go to the HSB slider. And to have a hover effect, you remove 2% to the 21. Okay, to be darker a little bit. So now I have my overstate. And now I want my, so see what I mean? So here, now I have a hover. Anyway, see, kind of start to be looking good. Okay, the theme here. Okay. So now you understand why the tab control. Unfortunately, we don't have much control here. In my opinion, the tab here is too big, the text too big, but it's okay. We can keep it that way. Let's now use the portal. Portal and field in portal. Okay? Okay. First, let's talk about the fields. In portal, most of the time, we want what FileMaker calls in many of their theme, they call that the minimal fields, minimal this, minimal that. What is a minimal for FileMaker? It's pretty much something stripped out from everything. No border, no background, no this. Pretty much black color, black, what's the name? Font color. And very minimal, like 2 and 2 and 2 and 2, like this, right? So for FileMaker, this is a minimal field. There's nothing, no background, no inner, no nothing, you know, and no hover, nothing. I like a minimal to be different, okay? So I like my minimal to, let's build first the minimal. So let's say this is the minimal, okay? So I don't save as new. See how easy it is to mess up completely the theme, to destroy it, is to go there and save, and you have nothing to say. Are you sure you want to destroy the planet? You know, they don't tell you anything. They don't give you a warning. No, they just go, you know, and then you will see in all your solution, you see all the fields to be like this. Okay, you need to know what's going on. You know what? Because I was going to do the save change. You know, I was going to do it talking to you, right? It's so easy to mess up the thing. So I want minimal field. Okay, minimal field. So now I can select those and put my minimal style to it. Okay. And put the thing. Okay. So now I have my minimal. So here, see, I have my minimal. Looks good. Okay. Looks good. So, but there's something I don't like on this minimal. And what I don't like, I want something more elaborated than this. And FileMaker, you know, can do that, but they don't do that by default on their theme. But we are going to do it. So let's put that as editable browse mode. Okay. What I want, okay, when you hover those, I want something to happen. So when you hover, I want the default, I want this color here. I want this to come, you know, the black stuff. You know? So I'm going here, hover, and I want this color when hover. Okay. And press as well. And in focus, I want that color. Okay, and I want the white background. So I'm going to explain you why I want this. Okay, so this is my new style. So I want that to be in my minimal field. Okay, so now my minimal is this. See, you have this, and when you click, you have this. Why I want the white? You see, you have you have the select. What's the name? You have the active row color changing when you click here. See the blue. So when you click on the field, you want the white to be able to type whatever you want to be comfortable. See, you have the white and you have the border. Of course, something else is missing on this my minimal. We have all the theme we have free as a radius corner, and I want the same as well. So I want free on normal, free on hover, free on press, free on unfocus. So now I can save my minimal style again. So now all of those has a minimal style correct. But you need to know that we are going to display those fields on the black background, right? So this is how it looks. See? So my minimal cannot be white, it cannot be dark here. My minimal here, again, we need to modify this because we are going to be, the polo itself is not going to be white. The polo will be dark, okay? So I am doing this. This is the color of all the fields all over the place, minimal 15, okay? So this is my new one, and I go and I change it. So I make sure that all my style has the same. But when I'm in focus, I don't want that to happen. When I am in focus, I want the reverse thing. I want this to be black because I'm in focus. So you know now what the style means, right? So you can have, this is the normal, this is the hover, this is the press, this is the in focus, and then you can see on focus I have a different border, and that I have in press. See, and okay. So now my style is pretty much ready here, right? So now, of course, my style is completely messed up when it's on the white background, but I won't have a white background anymore. This is how it will behave. See, you click here. See, you have the border, and then you click and you can change, right? So that's what I want, right? This is the behavior I want. So now let's take care of the portal because this is the last object. Unless we have, is there a mini me? No, there's no mini me. What's the store limit in the mini mall? Stupid. We like to see a balloon theme. Oh, okay, a balloon theme. Build it, you know, with all those colors. The balloon theme is all the gray, the green, the white, the red, and purple.
It'd be angry fruit salad balloons, is what it would be. Because the balloon, if you go to his balloon fiesta, you see the videos. It's just like a smorgasbord of colors everywhere. It's actually amazing, but I'm not sure people would want to use that for an interface because it'd be every color. So
no, you can, but you need to provide some a pack of Tylenol to people, you know, or Excedrin, something like that, right? Okay. You have here my theme, and you have a gift certificate for Tylenol to CVS, right? So let's take care of our friend the portal. So in Discord, I was looking which one I can get as a portal, and the best would be to get something. I don't remember. Wait, something like this. See, this is the portal. This is the portal. So we have a separation. We can use that as a portal. Something very like transparent with. Or we can use maybe this alternate, to have a portal with a border. Look, let's build both, okay? So I want something very simple as a no border, nothing, right? So, but sometimes it's more complicated to build something no border, nothing. So as I can say, you remember what I told you? Even FileMaker do that by default. No filling in the object itself, because the portal is composed by two main objects. You have the portal itself, and then you have the row. The row is this, okay? The portal is the whole thing. So no border, no background, nothing. Now I want the row to be transparent, right? And for the moment, I'm going to remove those two things. So I have a transparent kind of background, okay? And I want, so let me take the slurp stuff here. I want the border. So I want, in the row, this is where you say where you want the separation of the row. is here. You want the border, one border, and you want this as a color. See, this is where you define this, the border. You can have, you can have square thingy, but this is ugly. So you see, this leaves you to do. You see, because now it's thicker because you have the top and the bottom touching each other. You have a 2, 2, 2, 2. That's why it's doing this, right? So yeah, I don't know why they let people do that, but anyway. So now I have a portal that looks like a portal. Looks great, right? And I have my hover state, and I click. Looks great. Okay. So now what I want to do, I want to enhance my hover state here, and I want to, on the hover, I want a color. I want this color on the hover, and on the press, I want this color. No, it's too strong. Okay, we can have the same on the press. Okay. In focus, right. So now, see, I have this happening. So, but I need that to be saved as the style. Okay, then all the fields here have the new style. See. So as also, I just realized that this, we cannot have this kind of we need to increase this because otherwise it's too close, see? So we need to increase this, yes. And so let's change this. I'm doing that on purpose, then you see me manipulating things and then you can see what I'm doing here. So I want this to be taller. So now it's better, looks better, see? Looks better, much better. Okay, so I have a nice polo, by the way, you see? A very nice polo. This here, unfortunately, no control. So it looks like a slack, you know? So there's no control on this, okay? So there's something I wanted to try. I never tried it. I want to see something. Is that possible? If it's possible, this would be a good teaching. Let's say I want to apply here the theme luminous, because this theme is built from the ground down, from scratch to be a dark mode. I think that portals should have a dark elevator. Yeah, bingo. Okay, that's a good exercise. We don't have control on those. We don't have control on those. On the portals here, we don't have. But what I can do, and this is okay, I can copy the style of this guy. Okay, use it as a base for my style. No, it's not. He was okay. He was doing that on the. See, it's not possible. He was doing that on what's the name on 12 we could do that. Remember, I did it multiple times. Maybe there's a way to trick it. So if I copy the object itself and I paste the object, see, it doesn't want to do that. It doesn't want to move from one way to another. You know what I mean? It was possible before, but I think they wanted to see. I can transfer that from that theme, luminous, which is nice looking, right, to another theme that is not based on this. So in that case, I should have maybe take luminous as a foundation for my Discord theme, and then I could have this. You know, I should have started with luminous and modify luminous to get this. Look, They could have done a much better job than this, but unfortunately, anyway, I'm not using the. I'm always do that when scrolling. So because when you say when scrolling, it's much better. See. So anyway, so that is the portal. So now I have a nice portal, very simple, and I can save as default now. Okay. So I have the minimal default and I have the portal default. So let's, if you don't have any question, because I don't see my Discord here. Yes, you have to start with dark mode theme. You have to choose the theme, but that has the highlight color scroll bar. Yeah. I should have done that. But you understand, Moki, for my demonstration, it would have been extremely complicated for beginners to understand that you come from Luminous. You have to strip out everything that Luminous has and replay. You know, it's kind of okay. It's too complicated for the demo. I might redo one theme like this based on and then I can get those elevator scrolling bars. I want to have a new portal. Okay, I want a new portal. I want to have so I have my default now. I want a new portal. A new style of portal. I want this one. I want to take this one as a demonstration. This. See? I want this here. Black background and those, and so I want something like this, more sophisticated. Okay. So, and I want one smaller, because this would have been for theme a little bit bigger like this, right? Because here the problem is the font is too big. I need to do something like this in order to get something that looks great. You know, otherwise it's too. Okay, so I want a small. I want a minimal that is small. So I want 12, free. Okay. So is that 25? No. So I need more padding. 4, 4, 5. I think this is the padding. Yeah. So this is my minimal. So I have my minimal field, minimal field 1. Okay. So I need to save as a new style. Okay. This is minimal field alternate 1. Okay, so I have a new style. Okay, so now I go here. I have default field alternate 1, minimal field alternate 1. Okay, so I have multiple style here. I'm enriching my what's the name, my portal. So I want everybody to be like this. Okay, so but I keep all my hover. You know, by doing this, all my pressed, all my in focus, everything follow. Okay. And now I want this to be dark mode. So I don't think if it's black. I don't think it's black. The color here. Let me see. No, it's not black. It's close to black, but not. So I want my portal raw to be not translucent anymore, but I want that color. Okay. And I want my portal to have a border or a radius corner. Okay. So I'm asking the portal itself to have a border, to have a radius corner. Okay. So now this is here. Okay. So it's smaller, right? And I want a much lighter separator. So I'm going to the row. I'm going here and I'm changing this color, which is okay, the color. And I want, so that color here we change to this, much lighter. Okay. So let's see how it looks. So now I have a brand new portal, completely different. See? And what happened to my press? Yeah, okay. Okay, that's okay. So, see, I have another portal, a smaller portal. That means a smaller version with, I can have a smaller portal than it was before. You know what I mean? A portal that is tight like this, right? So I have more rows. Okay. Okay. So now, see, looks great. Looks great. It's going well with the theme, right? And it looks exactly like this one was looking for. You see, very close, very close. So no more question. If you have element to use web viewer like calendar pop-up, when the layout. Okay, the question is, if you have any element that use web viewer like calendar pop-up or data tables or graph, when the layout load, the web viewer flickers white no matter what you set the background. Yeah. So that is, you need to set up that's a JavaScript. You need to, in the CSS of your JavaScript, you need to remove any trace of background. So that will be a question for a better, a JavaScript guy, and you can do it. You can remove any trace of background in the Java. It's not FileMaker. It's Java that do that. But it doesn't matter. Moki, why you say it doesn't matter? Yeah, I don't think FileMaker, because FileMaker doesn't have a. We can say here you can say no background, and there's no background.
So to help a little bit here, so a couple things. One, the folks on YouTube, we're not going to try to troubleshoot the echo with me. You're hearing that. That's somewhere we have a second audio source that's getting picked up by accident. It's not intentional. We will kill that. Nick, are you seeing the questions in YouTube at all?
No.
Okay. So there's quite a few questions here in YouTube. So I'm gonna throw these out if you want to take a swing at these. So yeah. So Julia Sheely just asked a question.
Peter Boyce said, okay, how do you get FileMaker to make the field size accommodate larger size font or additional padding? When you put a field onto a layout, you have to resize the field to accommodate the new style. Yeah, but it depends, because if the default is a default like this one, right? If I drag a field, it comes great. You need to make sure that your default is the style you want,
Okay, so let me answer a question. I'm gonna take a swing at this. I'm not sure what Peter was referring to. Peter, if you're talking about the fonts, like if you put more data in it and you want the font to be smaller, right, or something like that. Because NJ, who's one of the people here, he's not here right now. He likes to watch the recordings. He posted a sample file, I think that's here, that it will dynamically resize the fonts based upon the amount of size in the box. I'm not quite sure how he did the logic on that, but if you type into a field and you start typing, the font's pretty big, and then as you start to try to stuff more stuff in there, he has a script trigger that runs, and it's changing the font size to force it down to be smaller. It's kind of a pretty cool little feature. We would have to find that and chase that. Would be a good one. That's for Peter's question there. Okay, so I'm not sure if that's referring to Peter. Yeah. Okay, so Peter's talking to Julia.
Yeah, Julia question: seeking method to alter layout background based theme based upon related record completion, so that the end result when registration record complete is dark. You cannot have a background or whatever to be calculable. It's not what you need to have. It's a container field that shows a record, pictures from a container field on the background. Doing this, it's kind of tough. It's a hard stuff to do, but So after that, the question Julia Shihai, sorry. So, basically, how might I assign a variable to select layout based on the calc? This will be addressed in the future in a session that is upcoming, named How to Wreck a FileMaker Solution. Richard, I don't know when this one's coming.
Which one is this? The question about
how to wrecking a solution.
Oh, you mean your broadcast? You mean your live stream?
Yeah, it's a live broadcast in the future where I'm going to address that. How to, I'm going to address how to wreck a solution, and go to layout based on calculation is one of my main example, and I'm going to show you how to do that without breaking the solution. So yeah, so the question is how to determine automatically by the font size when you drag a field. So it's okay. It's all about the default style. So let's say you want to automatically by the font size. Yeah, so that's what FileMaker is doing. Let's say I have a small size here, okay, and I have this, and this, okay, doing this. Before I'm copying my style here, then I can paste it later. So I have this small thing, and I'm saving as my default. So now, when I drag a field, it will come automatically. Yeah, okay, yes, because they're it's doing.
Okay, I'm gonna interrupt. Wrecking Solutions is Thursday, November 5th. Okay. Thursday, November 5th. For those of you wondering about that.
So, yeah, I think I need to. It shouldn't do that. I think if I'm restarting, because it remembers the last. I think I need to go back to layout mode and come back here. No, maybe we need to quit the solution and come back. And see if he still remembers. Yeah, I still remember. It's stupid. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. I need to investigate more because I saved the change. So okay, hold on. Let me save that as a backup. Okay, I don't want to mess up my theme that way. So let's say I want this small, or I want a small version of this. Like I said, okay, 0, 0, 0, and 10, and so I have a small version of this. Okay, and I save this as my theme defaults. Save. No. Sorry. I want to save that as I copied this, I go default, paste it, and I save it at default. Okay, and I save the theme, and I quit FileMaker and I reopen it. I save as default. Okay, I don't know. I need to. Okay, look, I need to investigate this more. I don't know what I've done. Messed up maybe something. It's
Well, what we'll do is we'll let you come back tomorrow, and you'll have to grovel and apologize for wasting all our time.
Okay, no problem.
Seriously, yeah. So tomorrow's Dead Bird. What we'll do is I'm gonna dig up NJ's sample file. We're gonna pop it open. It's a good question, and then you can play with yours here. But I find that very interesting. So
yeah, it's you guys understood that the theme business in FileMaker. So as I said, first of all, they don't have any engineers that understand what's going on there. Like the new theme they put here is nothing more than what I'm doing now. It's not a theme they build with the software we were building. We had a FileMaker solution that was building themes that were building the CSS code. Okay. And then they don't have that anymore. So what they do, they take one theme, they modify, they save as a new theme, and that you have the new Apex blue. Okay, so that's it. It's not something that built from scratch. You know what I mean? So it's the theme thingy. Nobody wants to go back there. We had FileMaker because it was a big deal back in the day, but they left. They didn't pursue the thing, and they should have, but they didn't.
Okay.
And it's not their priority anymore. So it's kind of left like the thing not working well, like this. Why is keeping thinking this as a default when it's smaller. I don't know. I need to investigate. And I don't know if tomorrow I will have the time to investigate that. By the way, I want to finish the theme to be ready to be distributed, because I want to show you the last, if I have 2 minutes, that you can also put the colors on different parts here. Let's say, for example, I want the top navigation to be that color here, right? So I'm taking my slurp thingy, take the color of this, and I want this one to be this, okay? And I save. So now the top navigation will be this. Then I want the what's the name? I want the header to be this, right? So, and most of the time what we do the footer the same color, and we have the title footer the same color, and we want the same as the top navigation to be the color for the bottom navigation, right? So, and now we have different color for the header here, so that's the same as this one. So now we have pretty much and we have the leading summary. So the leading summary, we want something like this, right? So if I have this here, you want this to be the trailing the same, right? And for the sub summary here, you want this most of the time you want the same as the what's the name, the body, because you don't want something too much. Okay. So now you have a theme that is ready. See what I mean? So all of those things are part of the theme. So you need to change this. All those objects, you need to save the default, and you save the default, and you save the default. All those objects are different objects. That's what I want to demonstrate now. All of those are part of the theme objects. They tell you, you have a part. This is the part. Okay, this is the part. See, so and you can have multiple styles as well for the same part. Okay, so now you have a pretty robust theme that will be easy for me to change for tomorrow. See, theme will be ready by tomorrow. It's almost done. I just want to make to add some more alternate version of the same thing, like this here. I want alternate version for the sub summary sort by, because some people want dark one, then you have that separates in list view, when the sub summary is sort by. So you want maybe alternate version for the button bar as well. Stuff like that, right?
Francisco, of course, has been lurking, and now he's going to surface. He says, is it possible to rotate slider controls? Rotate slider controls, like left and right, up and down?
No,
you'd have to do a JavaScript. So that goes back to cool things you can do with JavaScript. All right, everyone, we'll see you tomorrow. Appreciate it. As soon as I can find the, there we go. Woo!
guys just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected. The quarterback, great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Trying to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap, stands in, throws it left for Amendola, reaches up and snacks a high throw and lands inside the 10, rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, but Danny makes the grab.